Hi everyone, I'm Florian Puhani and I would like to show you what my lower back is doing during a heavy sandbag to shoulder attempt. To this end I have paused the video a couple of times and inserted still frames in which I have traced my lower back curvature with a virtual marker. And I think it might be all the more informative since this is an attempt I almost failed. Okay, so here, while I'm still securing my grip with the sandbag firmly resting on the ground yet, my whole back from top to bottom is fairly round. Which doesn't bother me at all, because I'm just squatting without any load on my back. Now, as soon as I raise my hips and actually lift off the sandbag, I consciously flex my spinal erectors and thus straighten out my lower back. Admittedly not perfectly, but far enough for me to feel safe and comfortable about it. I don't mind lifting a sandbag with my back a bit more rounded, but in that case I want to be able to brace my core against the sandbag. Whereas here all I can brace against it is my chest. So without any support on the ventral side, I rather keep my back as straight as I can. Now this is quite the opposite case. Here I could and should have crouched down a bit more in order to get my shoulders lower on the sandbag. Keeping my back outstretched like that and thus my shoulders so high made for horrible leverage in the transition from the chest to the shoulder. I believe this mistake really was what made me almost fail this attempt. But then again, without that perfect tension in my lower back, I might have failed the lift to the chest already. Unfortunately, we will never know. This position looks quite natural to me. No matter what happened before, my lower back is now fully extended while my upper back is still rounding under the load. But from this point on, it's only getting uglier. This is the make or break point in the lift from the chest to the shoulder. Here, ideally, a much longer section of the sandbag would already project over my shoulder to the rear, leveraging to my advantage. But as I've explained before, in order to reach that position, I would have had to place my shoulder somewhat lower on the sandbag. So now, in order to keep the sandbag from sliding down to the front, I had to lean backward really far. That's what the warlord lifting style is all about after all, adapting to the circumstances. But still, I didn't really like how much I had to hyperextend my lower back for that. Fortunately, it felt completely fine immediately afterwards as well as the next days. So while I was leveraging the sandbag up to the tipping point on my shoulder, I simultaneously raised my whole body back to an upright standing position. So in the end position of this attempt, my lower back was out of the woods again. Usually, according to the warlord textbook, I would have also fully engaged my back on the way down. But under these circumstances, I dispensed myself from it. Now I hope you enjoyed my analysis and thank you for watching. My name is Florian and I'll continue to make an effort so that you don't get bored with your training.
Friday morning, carb depleted.